Thank you. Good evening. How you guys doing? All right. We're going to talk to you about the triangle, which I'm sure many of who all knows, who has some information or studied some of the triangle in this group already. All right. Not a lot, so that's good. Because in order to master and learn the triangle, you have to have what Tex Winter called the beginner's mind. All right? You have to have the beginner's mind. It doesn't matter if you're Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, Pau Gasol, some of the greatest talents we've seen play this game. If you don't come into this with the beginner's mind, it's going to be very tough to learn it and execute the fundamentals and skills necessary to be successful. And that's what this offense is all about. It's not about plays. It's not about play calling. The triangle is a set of actions that when you take one action away, there's an equally effective reaction. Does everybody understand that? You take our first action away, there's an equally effective reaction. All right, but one of the myths of the triangle that I'm sure many of you who've watched it, it's not a walk it up half-court offense. If you go back to our teams with the Lakers in 2009, 2010 when we won the NBA championship, I think in 2008 when we lost to Boston, I think we led the NBA in scoring at 109 points a game. All right? So what we're going to talk about here tonight is how you play in transition into the triangle offense. All right? Because we want to break down that mythology of this being a walk it up, hammer the ball inside, play really slow offense. What this offense allows you to do is to explore the skill set that you have developed throughout your career. That's why you've seen guys like Michael and Kobe especially flourish in this offense. And you guys also know we work for Derek Fisher. And I think everybody in here knows Derek's resume and all the success he had playing in this offense. What we like to say about the triangle is when you have a guy like a Michael Jordan, a Kobe Bryant, Pau Gasol, this offense is not for them. It's for the other guys. For the guys who don't have as easy a time creating their own offense, all right, aren't allowed the creativity within the game to do the things that a Kobe and a Michael are allowed to do. All right, so tonight we're going to take you through the transition game and how we run and flow into the triangle. All right, it's a non-traditional way of playing. How many of you in your transition game use a three-lane break? Two wings, point guard pushing, trailing big, post lane sprinting big. All right, one of the differences in the triangle is you can run that way as well, but you also, the basic format that Tex Winter used was a four-lane break. Two guards, two wings, and if the five-man rebounds, what we call a bounder, what many of you refer to as a trailer. All right? Which allows for you to have bounder offer screens, which is basically a drag. All right, so we're going to show you how we flow in a four-lane fast break. All right, so we'll show you the four-lane break. Then we'll take you through how, out of that four-lane break, once you exhaust all five options, because the triangle allows you to have five options every time the ball is swung. All right, so once we go through those five options, we will then take you into the triangle itself, strong side, sideline triangle, and the two pass options out of it that make this offense so difficult to guard. We ready to go? All right, let's get our five guys out. All right, so the first thing that happens, obviously, in order to have transition, I know everybody thinks that Phil Jackson was just an offensive genius, but I got to work for him, and I can tell you that he coached more defense than offense. All right, and the reason we were so good was because we got stops, we got the rebound, and then we had a format to run out of. So let's just say that we have our 3, 4, and 5 in here in a rebound triangle. All right, Josh has the ball. We won't have him shoot because he doesn't miss a whole lot. All right, so we'll have him miss on purpose inside. We're going to do this where the five-man rebounds the basketball. All right, so just so you guys understand, here's our 5, 4, 3, 2, and that's our 1. All right, and to put it in the triangle terminology, wings, posts, 2 guards. All right, we're not really a number-based system. All right, so here we go. Ball goes up. 5-man rebounds it. Our wings bust out. Our guards should be in here at the elbows when the shot goes up. As soon as those wings bust out, they step. Now, once they get to half court, and they're going to slow down, all right, just so I can do an explanation. Let's say the outlet goes to the 1-man who stepped off the lane. The 5-man is going to be slow up the floor. We want this 1-man, you see all that open space up there? If he doesn't immediately throw this ball ahead, we want him to attack this middle third of the floor. So here he comes on his push in this middle third of the floor. Our other guard is staying in what we call a lag position, 2 to 3 feet behind the line of the basketball to allow all of this to develop. And the 5-man, we want him, excuse my language, to work his ass off to get this rebound and not worry about busting up the court, all right, and trying to be the first one down. So here we come on our push. Our first look is to throw ahead to this wing on the strong side. If we throw that ball ahead, we have a principle we call direct line principle. If he has a direct line to the basket, which means no defender in front of him, he absolutely has to take it. It doesn't matter who it is. So as coaches, we have a responsibility to develop the skills of all of our players. We should be able to throw this ball to Pau Gasol on a wing run and have him be able to put the ball down and go finish. That's our responsibility. All right, so he would take it in, and he would go in and finish. If for any reason the defense stepped up and his penetration was taken away, he should be able to stop with the basketball under control, with our lead guard coming into what we call a lag position in the sweet spot, which is about right here, 1 step off the pro lane, and now you would throw back to him. He's going to carry the threat of the shot. If he has this shot, for most of you guys guards, this should be a 60-70% shot, all right? If he doesn't have that shot, our weak side guard, who is also running in this pro lane, he's going to trail into what we call lag position, and we call this the garden spot. So now here he comes into the garden spot as he carries the threat of his shot, and now here's our third shot opportunity right here. He's carrying the threat. If we don't have that shot, we look at our weak side wing who's running on his 45 about right there. Now we throw the ball to him. He may have a shot. As this ball goes from guard to guard, by that time, here comes the big dog running down the middle of the floor. We want to give him a look. You may give him a look. You might pass out of your shot to him because his man may be over in a load or some other situation. Here comes the big guy down the floor. We can throw it into him. He can go to work. If the ball stays with you and you don't throw it into the big fella and you lag it back out to this guard who should, after your pass to him, you should step even further out, right? So now, once we throw the ball back out there, the break is now done. Transition is over. You're going to flatten out to the corner. You're going to come into what we call the post position, and we have a term that we call line of deployment. So that means that our post man, we're not worried about him being on the block. We want him in a position where he's between the ball and the basket, because this is the hardest position to guard. Because if I choose to guard him this way, what are you going to do with that backside wide open? Throw it to that corner, and we'll go what we call cornering in. All right? But as this is developing, our lead guard is getting to the top of the floor. Our weak side forward, I like this, that he's been trained to do this. But what we do is a little different. He's going to do what we call from this corner, he's going to now narrow the floor and get to the weak side forward spot, which is about a step off the lane in line with this middle hash mark. All right? This is the most important player in the offensive system, the guy on the backside reading everything. All right? Because wherever there's pressure, we have pressure releases and guys to step. All right? But before we get into the triangle, I want to go through the transition at a little bit of a pace. So we're going to go up and down 5 times, and we're going to take every shot. All right, so we're going to get into our rebound triangle here. We're going to hit our guard. He's going to throw ahead to the wing. You're going to take it in, get a layup. Wings, go ahead and cross. All right, 5-man, get it out the net as if it was a missed shot. Hit your guard again, bring it up, throw it ahead, throw it back to the guard for the sweet spot jumper. All right, take it back down, shot, throw it back to the lag guard, carry the threat, lag it to the guarding spot. You'll get your jumper. All right, the fourth shot in this sequence is going to come to you on the weak side. All right, so you're going to knock down a little banker on the 45-degree angle. Good there? The fifth time, what are we going to do? One of you two is going to throw the ball into the big fella running down the middle of the floor. All right, he's going to get his finish. And then we'll stop there, and then we'll advance it into the triangle in the half-court situation. Yep. You're going to cross under after he gets that layup. All right, we ready?
Good.
Let's go.
On this miss. Go ahead.
Let's see how good a teacher I was on that. That's your layup. Good. Cross him under. Big fella gets it. Yep, you're still running out. Good. Throw it ahead.
Throw it back.
That's all right. No, take that layup. Let's go. Keep going. Now he'll throw it back to you. Stop it real quick. Remember, wings have to cross under. So come on, bring it back here. It's all right. You've got the basketball. You're on that side. You got the basketball. Take it in, lay it up. Wings cross under, and let's continue to go. No mistakes. Keep going. That way. Other way. Yep. All right, now you're throwing back to the guard on the trail jumper. Got the sweet lefty in here. All right, slow down, big fella. All right, throw it ahead, throw it back. Now you're crossing, big fella. Go ahead. That's the garden spot jumper.
Good.
Yep, slow your run down, big fella. Stay back, stay back, stay back. Hit, stay back, big fella, stay back. Throw it. Now you're crashing down the middle of the floor. And now we're looking inside to the big guy. We skipped your jumper, didn't we? All right, that's the fourth shot. All right, so let's take it back from the top. Keep crossing under, 2 layups. Sweet spot jumper, lag jumper, your jumper, then big fella. We ready to do it? All right, let's go. Slow yourself down. Slow yourself down. You can walk the first step.
Lay it in.
Now
good.
You come busting out.
Good. You're out. You're
All
out.
right. Don't leak up. Good. Lay up. Go get it. Good. Sweet spot jumper.
Good. Throwing it back.
Good. Come crashing through. Nope, he's all right.
Run.
Garden spot jumper, crashing down. Good, come back and get it. Slow yourself down, slow yourself down.
Yep.
All the way around to
back.
the weak side forward. Go ahead and crash, big fella.
One more.
Go ahead and crash.
Shoot it.
Shot. Okay. All right, now we're gonna let you eat on this one, all right? Get out ahead, let him get out ahead, guard, before you put the ball down. Bring it back, crash down, throw it into him. All right, now, what happened was good. Bring the ball back to our guards back here in the backcourt. You were late on your run. You were late on your run. Come back. All right? The key to this system is what our guards do. You're in control. You can't be in a hurry to push it down without your wing being out ahead of you. All right, but let's talk about a situation where that might happen. So you're here. You got stuck. You were boxing out. You were down there fighting. The ball got outletted. We're not going to wait. You're going to bust this ball up the wing. All right, so you dribble it up the wing. Now you've just exchanged positions. So you're the lag guard now. So you're going to take it in, carry the threat. Now you're going to throw it back here. Right? You won't have that shot. Go ahead, crash through. Swing it to the garden spot. And now we still play. Does that make sense to everybody? All right, so it's, again, mistakes are good because it allows us to teach you the next layer of what we're going to do. All right? Everybody pretty clear on that transition? All right. So now, let's take it down. Don't even delay. Once you get down there, go ahead and run in, even if it's with the strong side guard. Go ahead and crash in. We'll swing the ball around to the weak side forward. Nothing presents itself. He's going to throw the ball back out to you. We're going to form a triangle, and we're going to stop. All right, and then we're going to talk a little bit about the 2 pass options out of the triangle. Taking the ball all the way down, you're going to throw it ahead, get it back, hit him. He's going to hit the forward. It's going to come back to him. You're going to get to the top of the floor. You're going to narrow the floor, and we're going to be in our triangle. All right? Let's go. Boom. Good. Space out. Nothing. Swing it back to the top. Bring it over to the sideline. So you want to bring it over. Now, what's your name? Sam. What Sam just did was he brought the ball to what we call our key spot. All right? this is our key spot. The reason this is the key spot is because it allows us to form this sideline triangle, all right? And it also allows for us to have 15 to 20 foot spacing from each one of our teammates. So you may be a little more here. You're going to be a little deeper into that corner, about right there. Does everybody see the spacing? All right? And if you really look at it, there's not only this triangle here, but we also have a triangle between these three. All right? You have different triangles in different spots, and this is the ideal spacing that we want to have. All right, now this offense, the reason we ran in transition the way we did is because this offense is about penetration. So that first pass that we threw ahead to that wing and he attacked and flattened out the defense, that was our first opportunity for penetration. All right? Now, once we're in the triangle, we also are looking for penetration. The best pass that we can use to penetrate the defense is the two pass into the post. So if we throw the two pass into the post, all right, on the flight of that pass, he's going to have three cutters. The first cutter on the flight of that pass is going to make a strong baseline cut, and this is your first look. And you're going to watch him all the way through past this basket because you have to make sure that his defender doesn't snap back, all right? As that's happening, you're making your second cut over the top. You're going to finish to the wing over there, all right? You're going to step down. As you come through here, that's the second cutter. You're going to now step in as you see he didn't get a pass, and now you're going to set a screen on me defending your teammate right here. And now you're coming up on what we call third cutter action to right here. As all this is happening, when that ball goes in, you're going to fan away. As soon as he catches it, you're going to fan away to this spot right here, and you're going to come back with some pace to what we call our lag spot, similar to what you did on the break, right? So now you're out here in our lag spot. If nothing presents itself from all these actions, all right, you set your third cutter. You're up near where Coach Longstaff is. You set your third cutter and you stepped out to the corner over there. You didn't get the third cutter catch, so you take yourself back down to the weak side on the post. Ball comes back out, repost, deep as you can. If we have this, we'll take it. Now this repost, you don't want to repost down there. You guys all watched Shaq dominating this offense, right? When he threw the ball back out, he didn't repost that way. He took you and he did what we call, he put you in the basket. So you take these little guys and put them in the basket. If you don't have this pass, you're going to take middle penetration. Another opportunity for penetration. If his man steps over, you're going to get up in the air and you're going to throw a jump pass across to him. So go ahead, throw that overhead pass to him. Reassume the top of the floor. What are we back in? We've just flipped the offense side to side. We've had two opportunities for penetration, the pass and the dribble. But we also had our first cutter. That was another opportunity for penetration. Our second cutter was another opportunity for penetration. Our third cutter coming off trying to shoot a little 8-foot, 10-foot jumper was another opportunity for penetration. When none of those revealed themselves, we threw it back out. We reposted and gave ourselves another opportunity for penetration. When that didn't happen, we took the penetration that was available to us. Now the ball goes back over here. We can go in again, or we can explore the two pass to the top. So back out to where coach is. All right? So now the two pass to the top triggers another set of actions. As soon as you throw that pass, coach is going to walk you down and show you rebound screen cut, Josh. On the flight of that pass, you should be on your way to what we call the pinch post. Inside foot is forward. All right, you catch, get low. This is the way you want to catch this pass. You should be directly in the center of the floor, right down the middle. Now on your catch, if your man is sitting back here, what are you going to do? I hope you will. All right, again, this offense isn't to keep you prisoner. It's to give everybody an opportunity to score the basketball, make cuts, and make plays for their teammates. Now, on his catch, if the defense presents itself, he is now going to make a left-handed pass to the pinch post, and he's going to cut right behind it. Bring that back. You don't want to make the bounce pass because it's too slow. Passing in this offense is really important. Tex Winter talked time and time again about precision passing. He called it pinging the basketball. The reason he said ping the basketball is because when the ball hits your hands, there's a sound that it makes. You hear that sound? That's called pinging the basketball. So you want to teach your players to ping the basketball. So he's going to ping that basketball to the pinch post. He's going to make a hard cut off of it. Now, if he gets this ball back, let me take myself backwards one step. That's another penetrating pass, correct? We've again penetrated the interior of the defense. Now, if he decides that he's going to give this ball back, he's going to give it back to him right now, early on a flip, not a handoff. He's going to flip it out to him so that if this defender presents himself, he can make the play that he needs to get around him. But we want this guy playing downhill, going to the basket. All right? Now get that ball back to the top. You see what Coach Longstaff has set up over here is called the rebound screen cut. As he makes this pass over to the pinch post, that guard is coming out of the corner. No matter what, you can give it back to him. All right, go ahead, turn that corner and pop. Now, if you turn that corner, stop right there. That's perfect. You're going to step back to the corner, Bigfoot. No, you stay up. You came out the corner. You're going to step back. All right, now he's turned that corner, and he didn't have anything. Defense recovered. He's now going to take a back dribble here. As soon as he does that, you're coming right back onto him, and you're hitting him here. Now, these are really difficult angles to defend pick and roll. Am I correct? It's a lot easier to defend a pick and roll outside the three-point line. It allows time for the help to come over. But if they run a pick and roll in this area here, stop right there, and I'm this big guy, and they run that pick and roll, and his man gets hung up, and the big fella rolls, and I come over, who you going to? And if his man is, if he's taken away, what does that mean? That means Coach Longstaff's come in, now who you going to? So now if you throw there, and you're not open, that means what happened? That means Sam's man came down. Who you going to? Who's guarding him? There's nobody there, and if they are, there's another opportunity for middle penetration. Does that make sense to everybody? All right, so let's take it, let's go through our triangle. Let's start on this side. Let's go transition. All right, so ball's right here. Let's put it in. Let's go transition, swing it all the way around, get to our triangle and stop again. Let's walk through it. Yep, throw it ahead, get it back, swing, swing, step to the key spot, Sam. Good, now we're lined up, stay in that corner. Now on the flight of that pass, you're going. We're gonna do this with a little pace. You're going through, you're gonna step down as he passes you, maybe set him a little screen. You're gonna end up at the wing on the weak side. Sam's gonna set third cutter. He's going to pop to the corner after his third cutter. You're going to come up, not get it, get yourself back down. What are you going to do? Fan away, back to lag. Let's get him a 10-day right now. All right, let's go. Throw it in. Cut, Sam. Right away, Sam. Cut. Third cutter. Get out of there, Sam. Up to the wing, big fella. No. Other way around. You getting up at the wing. You cut through. You got to get all the way up, because what happens if something goes wrong over here and you made your cut to the corner, who's back protecting us on defense? All right, and then we're going to show you how this offense sets your defensive rebound pattern as well. All right, so let's take it back over here. Sam has it. As soon as you pass, Sam, you're gone. Let's go. Cut. There we go. That's the timing we're looking for. That's it right there. Lag it, repost, put him in the basket. Repost, good. Now middle penetrate. Get it back into the triangle on this side. Hit him. Now you're at the top. Keep the ball right there for a second. All right. Now we've reestablished our triangle. All right. So we did our two pass to the post. Now let's go two pass to the top. Pinch post. Rebound screen cut. So you go down and set it. Sam, our shooter's coming out the corner. You give it to him. Go set the comeback screen. Respace to the corner. All right. Now we've got them spread out like we want. We're rolling. We're punching in right here. So this guy's ducking in because his man went to help. He's got to duck in right to his legs. What's that going to do? If this is open, what's his man going to do? He's probably going to help in, right? So now we're making the defense make decisions. All right? We're not going to just give them a rotation. They have to decide what they're going to take away. And I'm sure everybody can see you can't take all the options of this offense away. If it's run right, if it's executed with precision, and if you develop the skills and fundamentals necessary, it's unstoppable. All right? And that's been proven. Phil Jackson coached 20 years. He won 11 NBA rings running this offense. All right, and sure, Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, all those guys helped, but before he was with them, they weren't champions. All right, before they were executing this, they weren't champions. All right, you can go down to Shaq and Kobe as well. All right, and I witnessed it for 5 years when he came back to coach Kobe for the second time. All right, so this is our triangle format. And let's say the ball got kicked out to Sam. Sam shot the basketball. Go ahead and shoot it. He hasn't gotten to warm up. Okay, he's dead-eye. Now, on that shot, when that shot goes up, two-man is shooting. So you being the three-man, you have defensive responsibility. Our guard should be at the elbows. You should be crashing hard. As soon as he looks like he's going to shoot that ball, here you come, and you know where your miss is going to go better than anybody. So at the very least, you're going to be about right here. At the very least, you should be coming in to these elbow areas. All right, most of the time you make it though, right? So you wouldn't follow it. All right, I know it. All right, so now our defensive rebound pattern is set. We've gotten the boards covered because the offensive rebound is the last opportunity for penetration. We don't want to run 5 guys back. All right, in this offense, you know where the shots are going to come from. All right, get back in your triangle really quickly. You're in the corner, on the wing, you're on the top. Coach Longstaff's going to take you through how we break this offense down and drill, but here's your shots. Ball comes to the top, all right, goes to the pinch post. Set your rebound screen cut, Sam, all right? Just go down and set it really quickly. If he gives this ball back to our guard, he can bring this ball off, obviously get a layup. He can bring it off and shoot this little pull-up at the 45-degree angle, right? He can pull this ball back now and get what we call a comeback screen, and this is just pick and roll action. So he can get this shot coming off right here at the elbow or the little drop, or if it's a shooting big, you can pop him to the corner, which I know a lot of the bigs here are really talented and really skilled and can shoot the ball. This can be a pick and pop situation. All right, let's say the ball is at the pinch here. You don't give it to the guard. All right, we got our rebound screen cut situation. Come back, Sam, really quickly and set it. All right, we got our rebound screen cut situation. You come off now. Stop right there. We talked about cuts in this offense. If I'm guarding this guard here and I've defended him over this and I blew this up, a lot of guards relax. But if he finishes this cut, you might be able to get him on this late one. If he doesn't have it, now he breaks back and he wants to be right here in this position. All right? If you don't give it to him, now your footwork comes into play. So you bypass him. Now you want to open up and turn and put your eyes right on this side. So the first shot we get coming off this rebound screen cut, what's your name, big fella?
Charles.
Chauncey?
Charles.
Charles?
Yeah.
Charles. Charles comes off and he has a sweet spot jumper. The same shot we got in transition, correct? All right, so now you can throw this ball to Charles for the sweet spot jumper. As this ball's coming across, you're ducking in again. If we don't have this jumper, what's our next pass? Right on to Sam in the corner. Go ahead, throw it to him for a nice little corner J. Or cornering in to our big fella, because if the ball is here and he punches in and I take this away and it goes to the corner, who's on this backside to help and guard this? All right, so again, if the spacing is correct, if the fundamentals are executed properly, they can't take everything away. All right? Coach Longstaff's going to take you through some of the breakdown we do on the 2 pass to the top pinch post.
Yeah.
He's going to take us through the pinch post, 2 pass to the top.
Real quick, just she did a great job building on kind of about the triangle offense. I came from Oklahoma City. I had the opportunity to assist with working with guys like Russell Westbrook, Kevin Durant, James Harden, Reggie Jackson, those guys, and I learned a lot about how to develop certain skills. But now I'm new to the triangle offense, so I've learned a lot in the past 4 or 5 months on the detail that it takes to teach these guys on how to execute the triangle. So in our player development program, all the coaches are responsible for teaching the details so that these guys can play within the triangle offense. And it's things like footwork, certain passes, the cuts, everything that you kind of saw a brief overview of. that's our job, is to make sure that the players understand the importance of those details. So if I can just have three guys, one guy here on the wing, give me you at the top, and then big fella right here, actually on this weak side wing over here. You two can step off right now. What we're going to talk about, the beauty of this offense is all of our players know where their shots are going to come from every night. So there are numerous shots that we work on every day. I obviously can't take you through all of them. I'm going to take you through one segment quickly, but that's the beauty of it. You know where your shots are coming from every night. We work on these things every single day. Okay, so you have the ball right here. We talked about the two pass to the top and playing this pinch post action. So take one step down. The things that we teach these guys, we'll kind of go over each position quickly. When you actually, to start it, you catch the ball here on the wing. You're going to catch it right here with your chest to the other baseline, and you're going to use your footwork depending on how the guy's playing you. I may use a rear turn here. Okay, I may front turn here. Okay, you can use an inside pivot here, inside reverse pivot here. So we teach all of that. Okay, and that's just for one position here. There's certain footwork here, there's certain footwork at the top. Well, let's say he catches it here, uses the footwork, go ahead and open up. So he's here. The second one, this guy at the top, he's always a step back here, okay, allowing a little bit of space, and your feet are like this. So the ball's on this side, you're here, because if you were to throw a pass behind me, go ahead and throw it, I can still come in here into a shot. If my feet were this way, go ahead and throw it behind me. Now I got to catch it here, come all the way here, and it's just a little bit slower. So it's little details like that. So he's here, he's down in a stance, he's ready to go. Hold it for 1 second. Now going to the big. On the flight of this pass, this big wants to beat his man right here to the pinch post. And in the triangle or any offense, a lot of offenses use this action, this two-man game on the pinch post. Okay, and you can use all these little details. So go ahead and throw it. On the flight of the pass, he's here. Now freeze it. When he's here at the pinch post, we want you to stagger your feet. So your front foot is up just a little bit, just like this. What this is going to do is allow this guy, hold the ball for a second, when he throws it here, to come off, and he's got an angle where he can turn the corner and go downhill. If he were to be this way, which happens sometimes, put this foot up just a little bit. Now I throw it, and I'm coming off. Now I got to take this angle just to get around him. So all those little details make it a little bit faster. Okay, so let's say you're the right way, you stagger your feet. I'll be you for 1 second. I catch it here. On the catch, you carry the threat. This is our first option, is a shot. Okay, so I'm here and I catch it. All I have to do is look here with my eyes. When I make this pass, like Coach Hazzard talked about earlier, it's a ping pass. So I'm here, I ping it here with my right hand. Okay, and one other detail that you guys can use is when you throw it here and you take that first step, the first step would be with the same foot. It's just a second quicker. Kobe Bryant was a master at this. So stagger your feet just a little bit more. Here, I throw the ping pass, this quick first step, and I'm coming off. He hands it to me. We may teach the guards to turn the corner and lay it in. That may be the first shot we work on. Okay, the second one. May be able to come off. We push this big back, jump shot. There's all kinds. I mean, you guys know if the guy goes under, you can pop back. We work on all of it. The two-man game over here. Talking about the big real quick. If he does have it and I come off and now I'm not open, he's got the footwork that Rasheed quickly touched on. Okay, depending on how I'm playing him, if I'm playing him this way, which way are you going to turn? Probably this way, right? You have that shot. Okay? If I'm here on your outside, exactly, you turn this way. You can drive, so there's all the details within the footwork and the different shots that this guy works on. Okay, and our coach that works with the bigs works on this. Taking it one step further here, going back to from the beginning. You throw it here, see if you can remember. What do you do after you throw it to the top? Remember, there's a guy in the corner. No, you're going to go down and set that rebound screen cut. So as you come down and set it, remember there's a big here. It's hard to visualize sometimes, and we use coaches in all of our drills. We'll put a coach right here. He'll be standing here as the big. We'll put a coach in the corner. So after you make that pass, you come down here and set the screen, which is another detail. Okay, if I'm the big and I'm standing here, we teach this guy to set the screen. You be the big for 1 second. We teaching him set it right here. His foot is almost touching the big's foot right here. So we do that because as this guy takes his man down and he's coming out of the corner, if I'm defending this guy, I have to chase him. If I try to go shoot the gap, the only thing I can do is go around both of these two guys. So it's like those little details are huge and important. And our guys are still learning them. We're still learning to kind of look for them. We're learning every day. We tell our players, we're learning with you guys every day, but it's these little details. Okay, so now let's put you back and say you set the screen here. After you set it, you're going to pop out to the corner. We work on this shot. Okay, if it comes out to the corner, there's a post here. Okay, go ahead and throw it to me real quick. Like Coach Rasheed talked about, cornering in, we may have it throw it here and he has to make this pass with his left hand. These are all little things we work on. We don't just work on shooting. We work on the footwork, screening, the cutting, everything. So, you know, I'll let the last couple of minutes, maybe you guys can ask a couple questions, but I just want to give you a brief overview of how detailed the development program is to try to help our players play within this system.
All right, that's a quick, it's like we microwave the triangle offense for you. All right, we could get a lot more in depth, but I think some of you may have wives and husbands to get home, and I don't want them to have me on their hit list for having you in the gym for 9 hours. As you guys see, there's a lot of layers to this offense. There's a lot of different options that I'm sure you see just watching the basic premise of it, that you see you can develop just from the foundation that we showed you. All right? Just a quick aside. I was fortunate in my life. My dad played for John Wooden in 1964 on the UCLA National Championship team. So as a kid, I was able to learn from Coach Wooden. I went to George Washington University, where Red Auerbach was also an alumnus. So I was able to sit with Red and have lunch a couple of times and learn what the foundations of winning basketball are. Then I was fortunate enough, being from LA, to work with Tex Winter and Phil Jackson, all right, for the Los Angeles Lakers. And there's a common thread among those four coaches, all right? Besides that, they were the most winning coaches in all of basketball. But the way that they encourage their teams to play and to train and to be champions, not only when you're in the gym and doing your thing on the court, but also to be champions in every part of your life. All right? So we're talking about the triangle and we're talking about basketball, but I'd be cheating you guys if I didn't tell you that I think one of the bigger keys for especially those four men is that it was always bigger than basketball. They cared about their players. They cared about their development as human beings, probably above their development as basketball players. And you saw that translation happen on the basketball court. So I encourage you to not just worry about the X's and O's and to try to have the best plays and make the best play calls, but to get to know your players and, you know, invest in their lives deeper than, you know, them making 10 shots from each spot and all those different things. You know, find out what's going on in their personal lives. You know, be a source of encouragement and not be a person who discourages development and exploring different skills and different aspects of their lives and their games, because basketball is just a reflection of life, right? And if we discourage them from trying to explore their skills in basketball, we're probably discouraging them from exploring some other facet of their life that can probably enhance them as a person. All right, so I'm going to end with that and allow anybody that has any questions about anything, we'll open the floor up right now. Any questions from anybody? Triangle related, Lakers related, I won't really answer Kobe questions, but I can tell you this, to go back to something Josh talked about. Every day, Labor Day would come. That's, Labor Day in the United States is like, basically marks the date when we're a month out from training camp starting. So I was in Josh's role when I was in Los Angeles, and I was the player development coach. So on Labor Day, that Monday was a holiday, I'd get a text message probably 2, 3 in the morning, and all it would say is, "Are you ready?" And I go, "Sure." And it would say, "Okay, I'll see you at 5:30 a.m. So show up to the training center, 5:30 a.m., thinking we're going to start a workout at 5:30 a.m., walk into the gym to a ball bouncing. So who got here before me? Walk in, Kobe Bryant. He didn't plan on, we weren't meeting at 5:30. That's when the work started, was at 5:30. So I walked into the gym to Kobe sweating, having already finished his stretching routine and doing his weight workout with his coach. And then what did we do? We didn't do a bunch of isolation one-on-one drills. We came in, 2 passes to the top, set your rebound screen cut, step back, hit 10 jumpers. Come out of the corner, step fake the baseline, get to the sweet spot, hit 10 jumpers. Every pass he threw was with precision. That ping I talk about, every pass, pinged every ball. It was like playing catch with Peyton Manning or John Elway when you're out there with Kobe playing, taking him through his routine and getting shots. So it's more than just getting shots, going through the motions. It's all about your details. Kobe's one of the most detailed people I've ever seen, ever worked with in my entire life. And he works on every facet of his game. Every facet of his game. I know a lot of the talking heads think that he doesn't pass enough, but I have 2 rings that prove that that's not true. He passed enough to be a champion, 5 times? I think he's passed the basketball enough. But if there aren't any questions from anybody?
Question. Do you need a certain type of player to play the triangle offense? Do you need a certain mental capacity or understanding of the game, or can you play with any player in the triangle?
I believe you can play it with any player in the triangle. What you need is what we talked about at the beginning, beginner's mind. As long as you have players with the beginner's mindset, you can teach this offense. Because as you see, it's non-traditional in a lot of what we do, the way we run, the pace that we're trying to set. We have a term that we use called optimum speed. So a lot of times as coaches, we're telling guys, go full speed. So a lot of times full speed is not your optimum speed. Optimum speed is the fastest speed at which you can operate and still execute the skills and fundamentals necessary to execute our offense, to make a shot, to come to a stop, to handle the basketball. So it's not always about full speed. Focus on optimum speed, because everybody's optimum speed is different. Just like everybody's ability to learn and how they learn is different. So I think you can execute this offense with anybody, as long as you have what Tex Winter called the willing warrior. If you got willing warriors, I think you can do anything and you can teach anything. Anybody else?
Is it more suited to a man defense than a zone? Or?
No, the triangle offense was actually started in college, where Tex Winter was a college coach. Coached at Long Beach State, coached at Kansas State, and so it can be run against anything. The spacing allows you to run it against man or zone. And what the spacing and the cutting actually does is exposes whether a team is in man or zone. If we had gone through the 4-lane format where we made the wing entry to the key pass and the corner cut, you would see how it would identify whether a team is in man or zone. And we didn't get a chance to go through that. We went through the transition aspect. But even in the transition aspect, you still have the ability to see whether or not a team is in man or zone by the nature of the cutting and the spacing that we create.
So there's no preference to, like, if you're to to play it against man?
As we used to say when we were with the Lakers, you can play man zone, put 9 people out there, we'll cut you up just the same.
Fair enough.
So it's about the spacing and the execution, and that's what makes it great. Anybody else? One more.
How do you keep the team believing in the offense while they're struggling?
Like now, we're struggling. The Knicks, we're struggling. But I'll go back to what we started with. We're not struggling because of the offense. You can run any offense, right? You have to stop the other team from putting the ball in the basket more than you. So I know the media focuses on the triangle and maybe what the triangle is not doing or isn't capable of doing. We know what it's capable of doing. That's proven, that's tried. There's no argument to that. What we have to do with the Knicks is become a better and more cohesive defensive team. And when we do that, some of the things that we're already doing offensively will be enhanced and will stand out, and we'll find some of the success we've been looking for from the beginning. And we've also, battled injuries and other things, but that's no excuse because we should be able to do this. To that gentleman's question over there, we should be able to do this with 5 willing warriors. That's what it's all about. All right. Thank you, guys.
All right,
Thank you.
Appreciate your help.
Thank you.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Appreciate it.